City Council gives green light to garden suites. Great news. If you have heard me before, I've always been talking about doing something fundamental about the housing shortage in GTA, and we need some fundamental and creative solutions rather than just working on the psychology of the public buyers and sellers to neutralize the market. The latter has only had a short-term impact on neutralizing the market. One example was the early 2017. The market went down, correct. It just had it did the job. However, it didn't last long. Until we have enough supply or less demand, we can never truly say that we have solved the housing challenges in Toronto. In this case of garden suites, we can say the city is making the fundamental step in the right direction. Thanks to the city for consulting with the Toronto Real Estate Board and accepting our suggestions as an industry who is involved in this to make this solution be as efficient as possible. The garden suite solution, which puts two houses on one lot, is the result of a 2-year process which Toronto City Council finally voted in favor of this program for all of Toronto in February 2022. Please note that at this point, this is only applying to the cities of Toronto, North York, Scarborough, and Etobicoke. Garden suites are usually located in the backyard of an existing house, but detached from the main house on one deed. They are a way to create homes for family members, parents, grandparents, adult children, or whatsoever. They can also be used as long-term or short-term rental housing such as Airbnb, as long as they're following the city's guidelines. Another good news is that the owners might be able to qualify for a $50,000 loan if they rent the suite for 15 consecutive years. They might qualify to be forgiven for the repayment of this loan, which is great. Of course, there are guidelines and regulations that need to be followed. Some of them are these that I'm mentioning. Of course, it's not all of them. Number one, if there's a mature tree on the back of the property and it's in the way of making the garden suite, you have to work around it. That cannot be removed for sure. 2, the footprint can be only up to 645 square feet, meaning if you're going to 2 levels, it could be up to 1290 square feet. This footprint cannot be more than 40% of the backyard. If you're going to 2 levels, you can have up to 20 feet of the height, and if you can do the basement, the total of the above grade and the basement cannot exceed 1936 square feet. Number 3, the setbacks. It has to be 16 feet away from the main house. In some cases up to 24 feet, but majority of houses 16 feet setback from the main house is required. 50% of the rear yard must be soft landscaping. That is a little bit flexible, but majority of them needs to be 50%. Number 5, it will require a clear emergency access path to the garden suite, so to the nearest street fire hydrant. So these are some of them, as I mentioned. As you can see, this is a great step forward and a fundamental way to increase the housing inventory while there is a limited land to build in our city. And I hope we can see more of these kind of creative ideas come out to increase their supply. If you have any questions about garden suites, or if you are a residential homeowner interested in knowing if your home would qualify for a garden suite, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be happy to help. Have a great day and looking forward to speaking with you soon.